Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beatrice Ajayi. I am an artist based in Scotland, and here I like to share my artwork with you, what I get up to, and today I thought I would share what I'm doing in the studio. As usual, once a week I like to just record my day for a brief time and show you what I've been getting up to. I have recently been trying to consolidate a lot of my artwork I have in the studio so that I can prep them for my shops that I have in the two different cities, in Glasgow and in Edinburgh, in a shop collective for Scottish artists. So it's called the Scottish Design Exchange, and I have my artwork in the Glasgow branch and the Edinburgh branch. And so I have been going through my artwork, trying to collate what I want to sell in those shops, and I'm constantly getting ideas. But over the years I have created a lot of artwork. Some of them I've moved on from those styles, but I want to look through all I have, and if I can repurpose the subject matter, then I want to do that. So that is what I've been doing, and I've been really excited with all the experiments I've been doing recently. I'll just show you one of them. So I've been working on a lot of portraits recently, and this is one of the ones that I worked on yesterday, and I really love this one. This girl is pretty awesome. I got inspired to do this one and started working on it by another piece that I'll show you in a minute, but then I want to be loose. Sometimes I'm thinking I'm too stiff, so there's some artwork I have that I've already worked on, but I want to make them more towards this, which is more fluid, and it's got more light reflecting on it, I feel, and there's just a lot more going on it. And the whole thing about skin and I think the word is luminosity. I'm trying to get a luminous, fluid, not flexible, fluid motion going across my characters and their environment and everything. So I'll show you the one I did that inspired me to do this kind of off the canvas look, and then we can see the difference from the first one I did and to this point. So I have a lot of artwork around, and I am just trying to have fun with each character, but at the same time I really love what happened here. Look, putting it on this side as well. I really love what happened there. And I don't really want to do much more to her. I just want to look at her eyes and work on the eyes a little bit. But I really like the way she looks. So let's see, this one. So this one I did first before this other girl. So let me see if I put them side by side. So you can see the difference in my clay in my studio, experimenting it with different kind of things. Like this background here is plain and just block color, and I wanted the movement and everything to be on the actual portrait, on the subject matter here, this lady. And on this one I've got the movement in the background as well as on the character. So same artist, two completely different approaches, and trying to find out if this whole consistent battle in my head of this is me, no, this is me, very confusing. I was just having fun. And the point of this is that I was experimenting with how I work with the color here and my brush strokes, and the same here. And when you do that, you get different effects. And so you can make your work so varied, it's unbelievable. So these are what I've been working on as well, and much more. Been very productive this week, going over some older paintings, and learning actually what I've been working on. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but I've been working on portraits and trying to get the drawing side of it correct as much as I can. I don't want to stray too much from the way that I work, because I felt actually this week that when I was doing the portraits I was getting a bit stiff. So I'll show you some other ones that I've done. I've done a lot actually. Yeah. So here are some other ones I did this week. Completely different again. I'm just plain. I'm trying to see how the colors work. So this was probably, I'd say, one of my first ones for this week. in the last few days, let's say. And I really love how she looks. Let's put it on this side as well. And the response was pretty good online when I shared her. So you can see that I'm trying to work on the hair, the coloring going through the hair, reflections. That's the way I see it when I'm putting all these colors together, seeing what colors work. So I've got some teal and turquoise going through there to another green, and then working back, got blues in the black and purples in the black as well. Trying to put some floral here, and then adding this green, and loving this kind of white, well, lighter green here as well. So just playing with my colors. That is what I've been doing this week, and you can see the variety of paintings. It's ridiculous. So at the beginning when I started this as well, this was one of my first ones as well this week. Trying to look at the face, the colors in the face, and trying to get, like, I wanted to get the skin color, whatever that is supposed to be, but also focusing on where the light is coming from. So the bits that would be lighter from, if I was saying the light was coming from the front, how would that look? So that was what I was trying out here. And then also, again, a plain background because I felt this was really busy. So, and then yet again, working on the eyes and the portrait, the nose, where it's all going, and the mouth. And yeah, just layering the paint onto the substrate. So I'm using all the purples, adding some reds, deep reds in there as well, trying to go through my different colors that I have, like the different tones of colors. So if you have a red, the different reds, I was trying to add them all in and see how they work together. So really experimenting this week. I have two other paintings that I started, let's see, was it earlier this year or the end of last year? And I didn't like the result of them. I packed them away. I've not looked at them at all for a long time because just getting the face right and getting the basic structures, foundations, you know, how the mouth and the nose and the eyes would look was a problem for me because I was detaching from that enjoyment of drawing. I like drawing, and for some reason I like to see the line. I like to see a black line in the painting. So in all of them, the thing they have in common is that I've got definitely more of the black in the paintings. I was trying to be a little bit more tonal with the paintings before, but I feel like I need the black contrast very quickly. Like it needs to be present the whole time, or I don't feel very happy with it. So actually, I'll come back to this. The first couple that I did, I didn't really focus on the eye detail too much. As in, I didn't go into a lot going on with that. Then I started trying to build a bit more in the eyes and add some extra colors in there. And then I'll just show you some of the other ones that I went back to working on and the progress with them. So it's mainly the faces, so I'll just show you. I could give you a different angle today, but no, I've got a lot to show you. So this one is one that I started earlier this year. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, let's see the reflection a bit better. And I did not like the face I had before. So this was completely blank. And I went in and started working on it again. And trying to also, make the image meld with the surrounding kind of items on the piece, because she was very, like, you know, cut off from everything else and just stark sitting there. So I added some of this green in here. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but you can see the textures on that because I used some modeling paste on this as well. So there's different textures that you can actually like touch. Gold leaf as well, and more textures here, trying to get that whole impression of writing into this painting, and then some flower here as well. So I worked on the face. The whole point was portrait. So I've not finished this one, but I like this better because I can see the structure. I can see the eyes. I would still need to build some more of this to make it more cohesive, but I like this a lot better. So I'm still trying to go with consolidating all the different ideas I get together. I love animals, so at some point there'll be a bee somewhere in here, or flowers like you can see, then the portraiture, and what else do I put in here as well? Well, just colors as well, trying to make the colors a bit more of a story. So I need to focus on my color use, I think, going on as well. So color story is important for me to deal with next. Also, there was some stamps, no, stencils. I use stencils for these as well with the modeling paste. So I colored I put color in the modeling paste, and then I put that through the stencil. So it's textured, but also it's got the color on it. So there was a lot of different layers of like these floral bits or modeling paste as well, so you can touch them. And then the gold I've got through different areas. So this was one of them that I thought I would show you as well, that I've been working on this week. So, and then I'll show you another one. Another is similar to this other one, but I wanted again to blend her into the background. So her hair was very, what's the word? It was very stark against the background, but I put some water on and I put some more acrylic paint on it, some black and some blue, and just kind of blended it into the background to make it more united as a piece. So yeah, this is one that I was also working on the face, still not finished, but much improved, trying to work on where the lighter areas are and everything like that. So I did them up to a certain stage. All of these, I worked on them yesterday, and then well, these two, let's just stick with these two, yesterday, and then I wanted to just wait till today when they've dried and look back at them again. So I really like how it's going with this one. A lot better for me than what it was before. I can see the lines, like I'm saying, and the eyes. I'm working a bit more on the eyes, putting in some lashes, the eyebrows, trying to get the textures in the hair. So it's like I've been adding like different colors in the hair, like tinting the black. So like you can add different colors to the black to lean the black in a certain direction. Either it's warmer or it's cooler, depending what you add to it. So yeah, these ones, I'm loving the way they're going, and I will just turn you around to see another one that I worked on. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the studio, and I'm just basically getting in just now. So I will probably do some more, basically. But let me show you what I've got here on my easel as well. So this is another one that I worked on in this recent days, and I'll put the like time lapse to the side so you can see what happened with that. But the color might be a bit dark here. Let me see if I flip it over somewhere a bit lighter. So yeah, similar idea as the other ones, but this one I think I'd shown you before what it looks like, and it was quite colorful. And I've gone on and drawn this girl, and I used acrylic paint and sketched her out with a brush. And then basically I've been working on her since, trying to unify things. But then at the same time, I like this kind of overlap where it's almost like it's blending with the background in some areas of her ear here. And yeah, I put in a little work into this, and trying to work on the eyes and things I think would be next probably. And the nose, I'm still not sure about that, so I might work on the nose as well. But yeah, just aside from working on the artwork, I'm trying not to overthink things. So having multiple pieces helps me not get obsessed with the piece for too long and maybe overwork it. So I've been working on multiple pieces. So I have another one here, which is an older one. As I said, I'm prepping for putting them in my shop. And I have this piece here that I did some time ago. I just added some more of the cream color, what is it called again? Is it there's different titaniums. It might be the bleached titanium that I used for this, and just kind of scumbled over to push some things back. But I want to do some more of my stags actually for the shop. And I'm thinking about maybe doing like some more that are muted colors like this. I do have some over there, I'll show you in a minute. But basically, I really love the way this one looks. And I can imagine that being somewhere and not being too bright for somebody who likes something more subtle. And maybe even with like a brown, like a beach, or I'm trying to think of what kind of a frame. A white frame would still be nice, or a black frame. But yeah, I really like the way this one is. So I'm just going to take you through my messy studio. I mean, it's really messy. I've been pulling things out and trying to see what I can prep for the shop. Like this one, I love this one. If I can show you from afar. I love it, I love it. I painted this actually maybe a couple of years ago, and I've only just opened up this sketchbook, this Canson sketchbook that I have. It's mixed media paper, and it's acrylic on it, and I love the way the landscape is. I think this would be nice framed actually, so I'll see if I want to do much more to it, and then I will maybe matte it, probably put it in a matte. This one is another of my stags. I really like the way it looks as well. It's a really big one. So anytime I do the stags, I'm thinking of them being in a meadow. So that's what this one is supposed to be. So yeah, this is kind of all the stuff I've been doing, is just going through different artwork and trying to see what I can frame or mount for the shop. I love this ones where I've drawn different details of floral, like on the forehead here. And I just love the way I used colors in these, because this is something where this was an abstracted piece and I really loved working on it using different colors, really just relaxing. So I want to do more of that kind of thing with the artwork. I want to relax. So different art pieces, different pieces. This one I love as well. Another stag, landscape, tulips, and the stag's kind of sitting in here on the grass. So I'm thinking that that would be really nice in a mount as well. And then I have a piece that actually I haven't finished. I wouldn't say I've finished it. It has like this big tree in it coming down, and there'll be landscape behind it. So I sold one of my landscape ones just this week, or this month that's just gone past as well, that I've had a little while, with some horses on it. So the idea of the landscapes, I think people like the landscapes. But selling my stuff, I'm going to turn you around in a minute. But yeah, this is my space. I'll just show you what I'm working on right now. Let's go back a bit. So this is another girl I'm working on that's on this easel here. And yeah, I kind of set up the studio. I don't know if I've said this so far actually recently. I set up the studio and I've put my other big painting beside the portrait, the giant portrait one as well. So I've got my abstract, and you can see, for myself, I'm learning something, but you can see it as well, I'm hoping, is you can see the colors are basically the same, but different subject matter. Let me go out a bit more. So basically the same colors going across. And that's what I'm starting to realize, is that the colors I'm using, obviously because I have the paint, but it's just going across all the different subject matter. I really love having them all visible for me to see, so that I can start really trying to unify things in a very cohesive manner. So I'm going to enjoy learning about that. And it's hard because, you know, I just have to kind of say I paint. I'm an artist, I paint. I have different subject matters, like this is nature, abstract, portraiture, and they all have the element of abstraction. So I would say overall probably I'm an abstract artist, but I love to have so many different subjects. So like in this one now that I've started, I've already just sketched in like some butterflies here and here, and I'm going to paint that. loosely. And I hope that it turns out in a very nice, fluid, interesting. I think interesting is what I'm going for. It's not that I know every time I'm doing something why I'm doing it. It's just there's something about it that just looks interesting, and it's maybe trying to hint at some kind of a story. So I hope that's what happens with the work I'm sharing. Maybe I can share with you a bit of the process of me working on this today. So I'm going to set you up so that you can see what I do with the rest of this girl. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I want to work on using some of the white. So let's see, do I have any white on this? Yeah, I do have some white on my palette. I'm using my wet palette that I usually have with me, and this one you can close it and then you can keep the paint wet. So I'm just going to use some white, and it's got a bit of other colors mixed in with it anyway here. So I just want to start seeing some difference really quickly. Ooh, we've got a bit of string or something in there. So I'm going to wipe that off. Wipe that off. So I could start in with a butterfly and see. So I'm kind of just, my brush is very rough, and I'm just gonna see what this looks like. So I used some pens I have. I don't know if they're alcohol pens to sketch this butterfly. And it might still peek through because that happens with some of the pens, but that's fine, I'll figure it out. And I'm thinking of introducing some colors here that I don't already have on this in a minute. So this is like a sienna of some sort. I feel like maybe either her nose is, her mouth feels maybe it's too high. I mean low. I might lift that up a little bit. So I'm getting some chunky bits of paint in this in different ways. So I don't clean my brush, I just kind of go in and start working in other areas. It's already kind of getting a bit brighter already. Let's do some more on this face area here. So obviously some areas would be in shadow. I'm thinking for the size of eyes that she has, this eyebrow is not really as big as it could be. I can use smaller brushes as well, but sometimes I like to use the bigger one and emphasize some areas. And I'm just kind of scumbling. And I can always add extra paint. Sorry, you're just hearing some of the traffic going past where we are. But yeah, just sit and then just take my time. And let's see, the butterfly. Oop, Alexa, stop. The butterfly, what other colors could I add in? And I can overlap it into her hair as well. I haven't really decided what color this hair is. I might end up, I don't know, it's almost like I'm thinking of them like manga characters a little bit, which is similar to the drawings that I created when I was doing a lot more of my digital work. So it is possible that my characters are leaning that way. And just because I said that now, I think I'm adding more flamboyant hair color to this. The butterfly can have a bit more color. Are they similar butterflies? I don't know. So there's different blues and purples, and I'm just mixing them in, mixing them to the hair, sometimes to the eyes as well, areas like the nose. I really feel like I'm not sure about this distance, but it looks okay. Her neck, I'm thinking I wanted to bring her jawline a bit higher up. So yeah, just playing around with it. That's all I do. And then when you look closer, you see a lot of different details. So I seem to like the colors being so many different things, like the one I showed you. Let's see if I can get her up here. Like this one. So I really just love the different variety of colors, mixing in the blues, coming in and out, to show different shadow and things. So I would like to loosen this up to that kind of way. So it's going to be just fun playing around with it. I like the plainer background though, so I'm trying to add the elements of nature. Here I don't see the space to really add anything flower wise, like floral. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna be here having fun, adding all these different colors. And I want to be able to add like landscapes as well, and yeah, different things. In fact, I'm going to use this one as a bit of inspiration for some of the things that she has. So it's been fun trying to learn how to get like luminous effects as well, with lighter, darker colors. So like that purple there, the purples and pinks, and then overlaying the brighter ones. And if I use some white in it, it'll get very light. All sorts of things, just learning how to create reflections. That's what I'm looking at. I want to be really more free with my work. I don't want to be restrictive, because the whole point of me learning the portraiture was so that I could be free to do more portraits. But the whole process was starting to make me get very stiff. So I've come back to just trying to just paint, and I will get back to that. You know, I'll still keep doing that in the background. I mean, in my sketchbooks, of making sure I'm looking at examples. And let's see, this yellow, what can I bring that yellow in? I've got some gold in here, some gold acrylic. And so it's like, acrylic is so awesome because it dries quickly. So I can layer but also you could always go over this with oil paint after. And that's something as well I've realized, that I want to be working quite a lot of the work, you know, for a while with acrylic and then going into the oils. So I've kind of been rushing things, I think. So I'm gonna pull that back a little bit. So use a smaller brush and work on this eye detail. I have some, where's the titanium? Titanium, let's see, unbleached. So I have these two, oh no. So I have these two here. One is parchment, actually, I just remembered, parchment acrylic, and unbleached titanium. So I will have some of this on my palette as well, so that I can get that option. Just gonna squeeze it out on my palette. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be for the rest of today, just working away and prepping artwork, painting, And also, what's the other thing I'm doing? There's two other things I just remembered I could show you actually. I'm going to get them. Oh, it's really interesting when the paint does that noise. Yeah, I wanted to show you also these two that I just packaged today. So this is a landscape, well, no, it's not landscape. This is a still life that I just kind of created. It wasn't made from anything specific, but I love these teapots that I like to do. And this one I've called the Jade Teapot. So that's what this one is. And I've just put that in this mount this morning. And this one as well, which is called, what did I call it? Meadow in the Sun. So you can see I like color. So I got these all packaged today so that I can have that ready as well. If you would like to have a go at getting this before I put it in the shop, please let me know. I'm gonna be pricing them at £65 each, I think. So if you're interested, that's for me to remember as well. £65 each, original paintings, and you could get that, and then plus postage, so I would have to add the postage for that as well. Well, that's me for today, Sharon. I'm just going to get on with painting, and I will see you in the next installment for next week. But please do get a chance to create. As I always say, it's an awesome thing to be able to have fun and not to analyze yourself too much. Just, you can see the variety that I created this week alone, and I've been painting for years. And it's because I just love experimenting, and when my brush does something, I want to see where it goes. So that's just me. But also, thank you to all the people who've been subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. It means a lot and it's awesome. And I just wanted to say I'm very grateful for that. And all the lovely comments as well as usual. So I will see you guys next week. So bye for now. Bye. 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 Bye.